Hey, I'm Jackie and welcome to For the Love of Dogs channel. Today we are going to be doing the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. So to kick it off, they were first recognized by AKC in 1995. They are 12 to 13 inches in height and 13 to 18 pounds and live about 12 to 15 years. Obviously, if you take care of them, or don't, they live shorter or longer, but that is about their life expectancy. In the 15th century, they were called just toy spaniels or comforter dogs because they were just lap dogs. They had really no purpose. King Charles I was very well known for Cavaliers. That was his favorite thing. He bred them. A lot of people believed that he cared about them more than he did running Britain. And he kept the black and tan variety of them. But then in the 19th century, they got bred with pugs and Japanese chin to create an English toy spaniel. And then later on in the 1920s, a man, Roswell Eldridge, put out a prize reward, a lot of money, for somebody to bring back the old toy spaniel breed. And then when they finally did, that was called the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, of course, after King Charles. And they come in 4 coat varieties, which are Blenheim, which is a chestnut color with a white background. They come in tricolor, ruby, and just black and tan. And they are pretty easy exercise-wise. They're fine lounging on the sofa all day, or they can go out and do fun stuff with you. They are kind of, I don't want to say stupid, but if they get on a scent trail because they were derived from sporting dogs, they might not listen to you to come back, so I would suggest having a fenced-in yard and not really let them off leash very often because you don't want to risk them running away, of course. They do unfortunately have a bit of health problems, including retinal, cataracts, hip dysplasia. They do have a really bad problem with heart disease, luxating patellas, and middle ear infections. But of course, like any other breed, if you get them from a reputable breeder, they do screen for these things to try and they do not breed dogs who are consistently having these sort of problems. So they screen them and test them their entire lives to ensure that their lines are well bred. So if you do look for a well-bred breeder, someone through AKC, like I've said in other videos, who does a lot of shows, who has championship dogs, you will pay for it. It is more expensive, but to me that is worth having a well-bred, healthy dog. And of course, as always, my favorite category as being a groomer is grooming. So grooming a Cavalier is extremely easy. You need a cat comb, which is Chris Christensen's cat comb is my favorite comb. It's also a carding comb, so I would use that at home. It has like little teeth and longer teeth, so it's real easy and gets through that hair nicely and takes out undercoat. When you get them groomed, I do not give them a full haircut. They don't need that. All they really need is their little slippers trimmed, their pads sanitary, and then always, always shave the inside of their ears to help with their airflow, with their ear infection problems that they do have. I would just ask your groomer, just shave the inside of their ear. And then just their skirt, if you want their ears or skirt trimmed, you can do that, but they don't really need a full haircut. So that is saving you some money for not having to get them a haircut super frequently. They probably should get a bath, I would say, every like 4 to 6 weeks or so, and get them thoroughly brushed out and blow dried to get all that undercoat out because they do shed quite a bit. But I will tell you something, I have never ever heard of or met a mean Cavalier. They are the sweetest, sweetest dogs ever. I always say that they are like a golden or a lab in a small dog's body because they just don't care. They're great, great family dogs. They would make great therapy dogs, really anything. They're just so laid back and so chill and calm, and I love Cavaliers. They're one of my favorite breeds, definitely by far. But yeah, so their grooming, I wouldn't it's really, really pretty easy. They don't need much. Definitely brush them like once a week, especially those ears, because if they do start to get an ear infection, they're going to be scratching them ears all the time. So you're going to need to be brushing and brushing those thick ears that they've got. And I would probably get some like witch hazel or any sort of dog ear cleaner and get a cotton ball and clean their ears like once a week, just to stay on top of it and make sure that you're not giving them any, problems with their ears. And then another thing with them, because of their heart problems that they have, I wouldn't stress them too much, like overwork them, do too much stuff in one day. I wouldn't say that I would take a Cavalier hiking or anything like that. Obviously they can do regular things, but as they get older, I would just make sure you're taking them to the vet often and getting their heart checked to make sure nothing's going on, nothing, is in danger. Because there was a client I used to have, and they had only Cavaliers. They had a lot of Cavaliers, and all of them unfortunately passed from the heart problems. So that is something you definitely want to be aware of and keep an eye on to make sure you're not doing anything that could cause any extra stress on their little hearts. By the way, sorry if you could hear my dogs. They are below me chewing on bones. And another thing, just like all dogs, get their nails cut every other week at least, especially for certain breeds like Cavaliers. Their toenails don't tend to grow straight, they kind of grow curled. So the longer you go without getting them done, the more often, the quicker they're gonna curl under and cause all sorts of problems with them walking and their posture and everything. You just get their nails trimmed frequently. And of course, brushing their teeth. Like all little dogs, you need to brush their teeth once a week. And a good healthy diet will help their teeth and help any problems, and a little bit of coconut oil in their food also helps with teeth problems. So I would try all of that. But yeah, it's pretty short. Cavaliers are a great breed, and I was expecting this video to be a lot longer, but it is not. So if you like this video and want to see more, of course, hit that like and subscribe so you can see all of the rest of the breeds. I still have got a whole lot to do, so make sure you subscribe so you can stay tuned to all of the videos.